What's going on, my YouTube family? Guided by Jesus here, bringing you another Clash Royale video. And I know last time I told you guys I'd bring you guys a deck with my other two legendaries. However, this was something that I could not withhold from you guys any longer. I have just made an awesome free-to-play, no legendary deck. And as you guys can see here on my log, I've been mostly winning with it. I'm sitting at 3,502 trophies. My highest trophies is 3,562, as you guys were able to see. Here, you can see that I do have 4 legendary cards. And with those 4 legendary cards, my highest trophy count is 3,562. So this is the deck that I've been using. There are 2 under-leveled cards, which is the Goblin Barrel and the Skeleton Army. They're only level 3 and they could be level 4. And for the sake of this video, I could have leveled up my Hog Rider to level 8 and my Zap to level 10. However, I didn't do it because I wanted to show you guys how powerful this deck is. And in fact, up here at 3,500 trophies, I've been facing a lot of level 11s, just like this match that I'm showing you guys right now. I'm actually playing this live because I want to see if I can go ahead and beat my highest trophy count. As you guys watch, I want to be able to do that with you guys. And as you guys were able to see there, my opponent just started off with 2 legendaries, and his legendaries were actually level 2. So if I do win this match, it just goes to show that this deck is really strong, guys. And what's important too about it is the mindset, like the way I think, my way of thinking in order to win. What are the things that I'm looking for? How do I play this deck in order to make it effective? So that's something that I will talk to you guys about on the course of this video. So make sure you watch it until the end so that I can give you guys some tips, some heads up of what to look for when using this deck. So before we get started with the commentating here of what I'm doing, what I'm looking for, and how to play this deck, I just wanted to point out that for this deck to be working here at 3,500 trophies against higher levels than me with higher level troops that use legendaries, it just goes to show that this is a very effective deck in tournaments and in challenges as well. And all of my cards here are pretty much on the level cap of tournaments, so you know that this would be a great deck for tournaments. The only cards over that cap is the Musketeer, which is 1 level above. It's a level 8, and the Fireball, which is also a level 8. Other than that, the Goblin Barrel and the Skeleton Army are under leveled. So if you manage to get your cards to level 4, like the epic cards to level 4, it should do even better than I'm doing at this point. So if bringing you guys some videos of tournaments and challenges with this deck, it's something that interests you guys, let me know in the comment sections and I'll be more than happy to do that for you guys, just to show you guys how this deck would work in challenges and tournaments. So go ahead and leave the comments down below if that's something you'd like to see. So my opponent here is using a mortar deck. He does have very high level troops, like that mortar is level 11, his barbarian is level 11. So right now all I'm trying to do is make sure I defend properly against his mortar, which is the biggest threat here to me, really. And then whenever I get an opportunity to build a stronger push, that's when I'm gonna go ahead and use my Goblin Barrel. And hopefully what I want is for my Goblin Barrel to get in there while his troops in his tower are distracted by whatever else that I use. And the Goblin Barrel, those goblins are very strong, guys. They do take down a tower in a matter of seconds if they are not defended against. So right here, my Musketeer is going to take down that Mega Minion. And here it is, what I was talking about. His troops in his tower were very distracted by my Hog Rider. And he was very concerned with the Mini P.E.K.K.A. there because that Mini P.E.K.K.A. can be devastating. And so he allowed me to throw the Goblin Barrel there and take that win. I just won against the level 11 with level 2 legendaries, guys. So that just goes to show how effective this deck really is. So for the most part here with this deck, guys, I like to defend first. I want to play on my side of the field, my side of the game, so that I have the help of my towers. So here I placed my musketeer because it is a ranged troop. It will target the opponent's troop from my side, allowing the castle to the tower to also help in defense. So here I do that combo again where the Hog Rider comes in, goblins are there to do the damage. He does counter effectively, so now I know that he used his zap, so I can use my skeleton army here to defend against that mini P.E.K.K.A, and he won't have a zap to play. One of the things that works very well in this deck is to go ahead and use the skeleton army in defense. By the time they do use the zap, most of the times your skeleton army was able to do its job already, which is to go ahead and take down whatever threat you have to your tower. And then because they use their zap on your goblin and on your skeleton army, you pretty much have a clear path to go ahead and use your Goblin Barrel, because the zap is the best defense against the Goblin Barrel. Unless they have a log or something, they will have a pretty hard time to defend against your Goblin Barrel, and your goblins should be able to inflict at least 200-300 damage to the opponent's tower. And over the course of the game, and it being a card that only uses 3 elixir, it does do relatively nice damage for being only 3 elixir. So the Inferno Tower in this deck is also just crucial. Very, very crucial. It allows you to defend very well, and it does last and lives for a very, very long time. So here I timed the fireball to hit all 3 of his troops. I was waiting for that musketeer to get in there, and meanwhile he did also place that Hog Rider, so that was a great value fireball there for me. Mini P.E.K.K.A here to help me defend against this trifecta push of his. This is a very strong deck that he's using. The skeleton army here coming in big. So if he zaps my skeleton army, which is doing a great job tanking for my Hog Rider, my Goblin Barrel would have done massive damage there. But instead he chose to zap the Goblin Barrel, and because of that, my Hog Rider was able to stay protected behind those skeletons, and his mini P.E.K.K.A had to target my skeletons and allowed the Hog Rider to survive and do a lot of damage to the tower. So here we're gonna go ahead, since we're full in elixir, drop the musketeer on the back. Now we're gonna mount a massive push. I'm gonna do the same thing again. I noticed that he didn't zap the skeleton army, so either he zaps the skeleton army here, or he's gonna allow this mini P.E.K.K.A to survive and do as much damage as possible. My musketeer does target the tower there, so all I need right now is a fireball or something to take down that tower, or maybe one hit from my Hog Rider, or even the Goblin Barrel. So I do throw the Goblin Barrel. He's either gonna have to zap, which is gonna waste his elixir, and then a fireball would eventually take it down if he did kill those goblins. So that is win number 2, guys. We're now at 3,561 trophies, only 1 trophy away from my highest trophy count, as you guys can see there. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into this next battle right now, and this is the deck that we're using, guys. So let's go ahead and jump into the next battle right now. Hopefully we get this highest trophy count with you guys here. I wanted to do this live with you guys to share this moment with you guys, and also show you guys how effective this deck can be. Even though I do have 4 legendaries, it's just gonna be crazy if I do reach a highest trophy count with a no legendary deck, which will go to show you guys that this deck is possibly even stronger than a deck with legendary cards. So here he did use the giant, so I sneak in the Hog Rider, because either he's gonna have to do something to defend against this Hog Rider, and that would sort of mess up with his push, guys. The giant by itself could be defended very easily, so the fact that I did that, it would either break his combo, Or like what happened, that he didn't defend against my Hog Rider. My Hog Rider was able to deal half damage to the tower already. So that tower is pretty low in HP right out of the beginning of this match. So Musketeer here to take down this Mega Minion. That Mega Minion could be very, very deadly. One hit is like 300 HP from your tower gone. So I'll use the Inferno Tower here to deal with this Valkyrie, and the life on Inferno Towers are just incredible. You guys will be able to see that this Inferno Tower is going to live for the longest, and it would still be up by the time that he does decide to make another push. So I'm at 8 elixir now. Because he's not doing anything, I'm just gonna go ahead and place my Hog Rider again. I know he had a hard time defending against it last time, so he does use an Inferno Dragon, and this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna zap to reset that Inferno Dragon's damage and allow my Hog Rider to pretty much take down the rest of the HP from that tower. So now I don't have my Inferno Tower to defend against this giant, but that's no problem, guys. As you guys can see, this deck is just so powerful, and it allows for so many different ways to defend. I used the skeleton army there just because he had no splash damage troops, so that was a great way to distract all of his troops while the rest of my cards dealt the rest of the damage, taking down his massive push. So I snuck the Hog Rider there on the left side in order to try to break down his next push. I'll zap here the Inferno Dragon because that thing is so deadly. If you allow it to get 4 seconds or so of damage to your tower, that's it. It's done. It takes down your tower so quick. So now I'll take down his tower here with a fireball, and that is game, guys. We just broke our highest trophy count. I do have 4 legendary cards, and to have accomplished this without any of those cards is just crazy. It just goes to show how effective this deck really is. Even though we did play even higher level players or with higher level cards that were using level 2 legendaries and whatnot, level 11 commons, and my deck does have under leveled cards for the trophy range that I'm in. It just goes to show how strong this deck really is. It's like it has a synergy to it. And guys, as you can see here on my profile, my highest trophy count did go up, and I'm happy that I accomplished this with you guys and that I'm able to share with you guys. So this is the deck once again. Go ahead and try this deck, guys. Let me know down in the comment section how it worked for you, or how you were able to do with it. If bringing you guys videos of me using this deck on challenges or in tournaments is something that interests you guys, also let me know in the comments section. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like the video if it helped you or if you enjoyed it. And most importantly, guys, subscribe for more Clash Royale content.